Hey everybody, welcome to the Creativity Cave. I'm Gina Rico and I have this adorable card to share with you today and I think you're going to love it. It's got a couple of fun techniques in it and I'm going to go ahead and show you how I created it. So I am starting by using the Perfectly Plaid. This is actually a bundle. There is the stamp set here and a coordinating tree punch, which... oh my gosh, I thought I lost it. It was just right here in front of me. That's kind of funny. So this tree punch punches out all the different trees in the stamp set, which is kind of awesome. And I am combining it with this cute little frame. This is from the Heirloom Frames dies and embossing folder combo. There's a square, or pardon me, a rectangle, as you see here, as well as an oval. So let me go ahead and show you how I created this. First of all, when you create the rectangle frame, you're going to die cut it first, and then you're going to emboss it with the embossing folder second. It's really very simple to do. You just line it up in the die and then run it through. You're going to want to use the 3D embossing plate with your Big Shot for this folder. And I have links to all the items that I'm using in the description of this video, as well as on my blog post, and the link is there too. And what I will next do is, and you want to save the little piece that comes out of the center. So I'm going to set those aside for a moment. I'm going to start with a crumb cake card base that I'll fold in half and give it a good score with my bone folder. I'll also take a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of Pear Pizzazz. This one's Pool Party. Pear Pizzazz cardstock, which I'll mount to the front of my card like this. But first I'm going to do a little stamping and masking with, or sponging with decorative masks. So I have one of the decorative masks from our holiday catalog basic pattern decorative masks. There's 4 different designs in here, and I'm just going to position this over my card. Actually, first I'm going to do the stamping. I am getting ahead of myself in my words. I'm not sure what my problem is. All right. So first of all, what I want to do is I'm going to position my frame on my card so it's kind of centered nicely like that. Then I will stamp my sentiment from our stamp set in Mossy Meadow ink. It's just a little bit darker than my Pear Pizzazz cardstock, and I'm just going to stamp that right in the middle. Of course, with our photopolymer, it's so easy to do that. So there is my sentiment. Now what I want to do is take, remember I said to save the inside of your frame. What I'm going to do is position that right over the top, and it doesn't have to be perfect at this moment, but I just want to cover up my sentiment because that will help me decide where I need to do my sponging. So I'll take that decorative mask and just place it right over the top of my card, and then I'm going to use some Whisper White ink and sponge right over the top of everything in white. Now, if you don't, I'm going to use my makeup sponge, which I just got off of Amazon. These are just oval makeup sponges. If you don't have these, you can use a regular Stampin' Sponge, which works just fine. But I really like these. With the white ink, you really kind of have to get into that ink pad and brush a little harder than if you weren't using white. But what you want to do is hold the mask in place as you kind of swirl that ink onto your cardstock through the mask. We'll load this up a little bit more and get the rest of our card, and then you have this adorable little background. Okay, so there it is. And if you wanted this to be darker, you could actually heat emboss this with white embossing powder. I kind of look like the look of the lighter, but I'm also going to take and go around the edge, just ink to paper directly, and sponge that edge, and it kind of gives it like a frosted look, which I love. All right, now I'll take my mask away, and you can see, of course, now everything is on there nicely centered. So when I go to put my frame over the top, you don't see any dots in the window, so that's perfect. I do want to pop this up just to add some dimension because I always love popping things up on my cards. So I'm going to put a generous number of dimensionals on here. It's been pointed out to me that I'm rather stingy with dimensionals, which I think is funny because I go through a gazillion of them. But regardless, here we go. So that's like 8. That's a lot for a single card. I mean, my gosh. And we're not even done yet. We got to put a tree on here still. So I do really love this set of frames, the rectangle and oval frames. They're so pretty and they go with everything. So you can see I've made a Christmas card here. I just had a retreat this weekend and we made several cards with them. Anything that you want to add to this frame is going to look fabulous. All right, now I want to stamp my tree image. So I'm just going to take this cute little outline image and ink that up in my Mossy Meadow cardstock. We'll stamp that, kind of stamp it right here so I can reach it with my punch nice and easy. And then I love using punches with my stamping because it's just so simple to line that up and punch it out, especially if I'm making several of these for my Christmas cards. And next I will take and mount this to my frame. But of course, just like everything, I want to pop it up. And so I'll just add a few more dimensionals to this and then add it to my card like so. And you can see it just fits perfectly on the side here. So that looks fantastic. I'm going to adhere this to my card base, which again was crumb cake. So I've just got a little bit of liquid glue here. And then I need to embellish this card up. It's nice, but it's kind of plain. So we want to make it from kind of cute to wow. And to do that, we're going to take a couple different things. First of all, I'm going to tie a little ribbon on here with some linen thread. And I love the linen thread. It just kind of gives it that cute little vibe. So I'll just tie a little bow of that. I'm also going to add a little star on the top of our tree because, of course, this is a super cute tree. And all trees need a little something on top, right? Or all Christmas trees anyway. I'm just going to tie that bow going right across my card here. Like so. We'll even those out so it looks nice and cute. And I just want the bow to be kind of right at the point of the trunk on my tree. And that looks great. And I've got a little scrap of Gold Glimmer paper, and I'm going to use the Twinkle Builder Punch. It's not just for babies, and what I love about this is I can squeeze a cute little star right out of the tiniest little bit of my cardstock and not waste any. So it's great to use up those scraps. So I'll take and adhere this with a glue dot. So I'll just stick that right on top. I'm gonna press into it and then adorn that on my Christmas tree, and it will be fabulous to have that little shimmer. I also have some red rhinestones, and I'm going to decorate my tree with some of those. I need to just turn behind my desk and grab my pick your tool. Or take your pick, or whatever that is. I can never remember what it's called, but I love this tool. It does such great things. So there's the tacky end, and I'm just going to twist this to get a little of the tacky stuff to kind of come out. And then I untwist it because I don't want it to just like come out in a big long thing. So I just kind of loosened it up. And then I'm just going to literally kind of embellish this tree with a couple, well, several of these little red gems. They're just so stinking cute. And however many you want to put on there. This is a sheet cut in half, and you can see that it comes with a whole bunch. So there we go. Isn't this adorable? I hope you love this. Oh, actually, I want to show you something. So if you can you see the difference between these two cards? There's just one little detail that I added. and that is this right here. I took these two images actually line up together, but what I did was I took some of my Pear Pizzazz ink. I inked this up because I felt like it was a little plain in the center there. I stamped off my first layer of Pear Pizzazz ink, and it fits right in here. So I just stamped the tree kind of in the background, and I really kind of think that just sort of pulls the whole thing together. So I love the look of that. Now, if you loved this project, you can get all kinds of extra projects from me by subscribing to the All-Star Tutorial Bundle. For the month of November, I'll have the link right in the description of my video. There's more information on my blog, or you can get this free. This PDF tutorial has 12 different projects, and the PDF is between 60 and 80 pages each month, and there is so much inspiration. There's step-by-step directions, measurements for both English units and metric units, and it is incredibly inspiring. So check that out. It is available all month long for November, and you can also get it free from ordering $50 in my online store. Thank you guys so much for stamping with me today. Have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel here so you don't miss any of my awesome videos, and I will see you again soon. Bye.